Hi guys, hi. Let me just make sure that you guys see me correctly. Hi, hi YouTube, hi Instagram. Um, I want to talk to you today about lightening of the buttocks, lightening of the private, because to a lot of people, this is not clear. And people think just because you have discoloration on your butt, that's it, you can get rid of it. There is a magic, there is hocus pocus. So I want to break this down for you a little bit, and I want to talk about why you get discoloration on your butt or on your privates, what you have to do, and what is the solution, what's the approach to the discoloration that you have. Excuse me. But it is, hi YouTube, hi everybody. But it is absolutely important for people to understand that discoloration is one of the hardest things to get rid of, particularly on dark skin, because you have to be very careful and you have to find a balance on how to treat discoloration, how to get rid of it. Contrary to white skin, whatever you do on white skin makes no difference. Even if you would burn white skin, it will eventually turn and become white again. So let me just start. Hi, everybody coming on YouTube. Let me just start and explain this. A lot of women, young women in particular, maybe not so young women, wear lycra leggings. A lot of women wear G-strings. The string is between the butt cheeks. A lot of women perspire. We are going into the summer, it's a fact. A lot of women have also hair on the butt. So do guys. It's a normal thing. However, here is something that people have to understand. Discoloration on your butt doesn't come from one thing. Most of the time, it's a result of several things that you are doing. Is there a solution? Absolutely. There is a solution. Do I have a solution? Absolutely. But hear me out, so that when you go look for somebody to treat you, you have the tools in your hands and you know what you need. So I will break it in little categories as far as hairs on the butt. So there is one possibility that you have hairs on your butt and you are self-conscious about it and you are constantly picking. You are going with your hands and constantly feeling for hairs. That's number one. You then, Elio 96, hi. You then, when you feel for the hair and you feel a hair, or you feel a little bump, you scratch, and you scratch it with your nail. And you scratch because you want to get that hair out. When you do that, in particular on dark skin, and doesn't have to be black skin, can be ethnic skin, any skin that's not white, you will leave a mark, you will leave a discoloration. The more you dig, the more marks you will leave. The more you pick, there are people and women, men too, but I'm talking because I see a lot of women in my clinic in Georgia and in Florida that they come with this problem and they pick. There are people that it is absolutely a nervous condition. There are people and women that pick not only their butt, there are people that pick their face. And it's awful because you create tremendous amount of infection. In white skin, again, you can deal with it. In black skin, it's much more complicated because even a mosquito bite on dark skin will leave a mark. So when you pick and you scratch and you create an infection and you create an inflammation, that on darker skin will create discoloration. Now, so that's culprit number one. Culprit number two, I don't know if most of you don't know, but do you know what lycra and your G-strings are actually made out of? I'm quite sure you don't. Lycra, all synthetic material, is made out of gasoline. The byproduct, when gasoline comes from the ocean, they break it down, it's black. And then there are some oils that look like liquid tar. These oils are then processed and they make lycra out of it. They make synthetic material out of it. So synthetic material cannot breathe, doesn't let anything through. So when you wear lycra tights, which so many women do, because the lycra holds you in, so it shows less cellulite, it lifts your butt a little bit more, so women wear this. Except that when you sit on your butt, you perspire. When you exercise, when you walk, the perspiration of your butt has nowhere to go. The perspiration, when it comes out of your skin, turns into bacteria. Now you have lycra, it has nowhere to go. So now it's chafing. Lycra is pushing the bacteria back. And lycra is pushing the bacteria back. It creates now an inflammation and it creates discoloration. So everything that I'm explaining to you here might not be what you want to hear, but please let me explain you and let me tell you, I do this for over 40 years. I've seen so many things under my hands that I know what I'm talking about. So when people call me and say, Eva, I want to get rid of the discoloration on my butt, the first thing I ask are questions. Do you wear lycra? Do you wear G-string? What kind of underwear do you wear? Do you wear tights? Do you perspire? Give me your lifestyle. Do you pick your backside? Do you pick? Do you take it out? Do you wax? I want to know history, because all these things, even waxing, will create more discoloration on your butt, on your skin, on your bikini, on your vagina, on your legs, under your armpits, when you are darker skin, when you are not, let's say, alabaster white like me. When you have pigment in your skin, you will discolor. Even from waxing, it will create more discoloration. So here is what I'm going to explain you what you need to do. If you want to get rid of discoloration, you have to determine if the discoloration is from clothing and lifestyle, or if the discoloration is from hairs, that you get ingrown hairs, the hairs grow in under the skin, and then also hairs, they come or don't come out and they grow under the skin. In black skin and in dark skin, it creates inflammation, and the inflammation creates discoloration. So you have to approach it both ways. So if it is hair and your hair is dark, you have to start doing laser hair removal. Not any laser hair removal. So you have to do, for dark skin, whether you are black or you are Latin or you are ethnic or you are Mediterranean or you are Middle Eastern, makes no difference. You need to use, there's only one FDA approved laser, and that's the ND-YAG laser. So you have to use the YAG laser. That's the only YAG laser that you can use for dark skin. Why? Because that laser is specifically made so it doesn't burn and doesn't discolor your skin and doesn't leave marks on your skin. So ND-YAG is the only laser. And you have to have an approach. You have to have an approach. This is not the only thing that you have to do. Again, I would say, from my experience, most young women wear leggings because that's fashionable. Most young women wear leggings from Lycra because they are tight and, as I said, they lift you. You have to change that. You have to change that. Because the Lycra, not only does it create bacteria and then creates inflammation, discoloration, but there's something else. If you have hair on your butt, the hair breaks, the hair starts or is unable really to come out properly because the Lycra is pushing it in, then the hair tries to go either this way or under the skin, and it creates inflammation, which in turn on dark skin creates discoloration. So I am not saying that you cannot wear tights. You just have to get rid of Lycra. What tights should you wear? 100% cotton or 98% cotton. It can be 2% Lycra and 98% cotton. Why? Cotton is a natural material. Cotton is something that grows. It's a plant. I'm sure everybody saw this plant of cotton in the fields, you know. So cotton is a plant, it's natural. Cotton can absorb perspiration. Cotton can absorb also sweat, and cotton also can absorb bacteria. So that's number one. Number one. So you have to get rid of your lycra and spandex and tights, and you have to start wearing only pure cotton tights. Second, you have to get rid of your G-string. You have to wear regular bikini, but 100% cotton. Cotton, 100% cotton bikini. And girls, do not tell me that you cannot find sexy bikini underwear. Maybe you spend a little bit of money, but I know that there are companies. I've seen bikinis with beautiful, beautiful embroidery. They're all 100% cotton. They might be a little bit more expensive. But again, cotton underwear holds your whole butt. So the cotton that's on your butt, it absorbs the perspiration, it absorbs the bacteria. So it prevents that inflammation. Number three, I'm not done. Number three, every woman, whether you are in childbearing age or you are menopausal, has a discharge, vaginal discharge. It's a discharge that comes out from your body. It's an absolutely normal, 100% normal condition for every human being, for every woman. Young women have bigger, heavier discharge than older women, because young women have reproductive age, have their ovaries working, they have their uterus, everything is working, and everything is producing fluids, and you get a discharge. That discharge, my dear ladies, has an acid in it. That discharge, when it comes on your underwear and you don't have, and here is the big thing, cotton panty liners. Cotton panty liners. So there are panty liners forever, but they are synthetic, they are not cotton. So synthetic, it will absorb the discharge, but it perspires inside, so it will make the vaginal lips darker. Okay? So you need to wear cotton panty liners, because the cotton absorbs the discharge, keeps you dry, and doesn't multiply the bacteria. Now, said that, if you're a woman or a girl that has heavy discharge, and I mean heavy, then you should change the panty liners 2-3 times a day. But they have to be cotton panty liners, because there is no magic and endless magic in anything. So what is a heavy discharge? A regular discharge is light in color. It's light white or transparent, or maybe tiny bit of yellow. And if you have a panty liner and you take the panty liner off, you will have like a little line or little spot of a discharge. That's sort of like the normal quantity of discharge. But if the panty liner and the area that touches your vagina is all full with a discharge, then you have heavy discharge, which for some women is okay. If the discharge is yellow or heavy white or greenish, you have an infection. Then you need to go and see your gynecologist. They need to do a pap smear, and they have to find out what kind of infection you have or what disease you have. And they have to busladi high, and they have to give you medications for it. But again, light vaginal discharge is light. It will be like clear or very, very light white, or maybe a little bit going into yellow, but just like little bit. But if it's heavy yellow, dark yellow, or if it is greenish, you have an infection or you have a venereal disease, and you need to address it. Because let me just tell you, even though this doesn't belong directly to your lightening of your butt, but if you have a venereal disease and you have a discharge without a venereal disease, but you have a discharge and you don't do anything about it, it will get worse. It will get worse, and it will become worse, and it will affect your reproductive organs, and eventually it will become a disease and it will become bad. So you have to address it. So anything that is bad normal discharge, you go to the gynecologist, they do a vaginal pap smear, and they will find out immediately what kind of bacteria you have. Or they will give you antibiotics, or the doctor will talk to you and say, okay, you have a venereal disease, you need some injections, or they will say you have yeast infection. I do not want to give you recipes for yeast infection because I prefer that you go and see your gynecologist. I have recipes, but I don't want to be your doctor. I don't see you, I don't know, so I don't want to give you any prescription recipes for what to do if you have yeast. But there are alternative ways to treat yeast, but you have to know that you have yeast. So going back, if you don't have cotton panty liners, and the discharge or the disease that you have, it all has in it acid, but it's a negative acid. So the acid actually will create more discoloration on your vaginal lips. And if you don't protect yourself and you don't change it, and it's in your underwear, the discharge and the bacteria will go deeper in toward your tush. If you wear G-string and you have a discharge, and a lot of girls do, the discharge leaks down on the G-string. There's nothing to catch it. Leaks down on the G-string, and then it goes down between your butt cheeks because the elastic is between your butt cheeks. Now look what a disaster that makes when the G-string is already full of discharge that you have and bacteria. Now, I don't want to gross you out, but I want to tell you facts of life, because we human beings all have to go to number 2, poo-poo. No matter how clean you are as a human being, there is some liquid, some fluid that comes out of your rectum, of your anus. Every human being, particularly if you are the whole day in your underwear, and you perspire, and in summer, winter, doesn't matter. If everything is enclosed, there is a discharge. It's a fluid with fecal matter. No matter how clean you are, how clean you wipe yourself, there will still be some discharge that will come out from the anus. So now we have vaginal discharge, we have bacteria from the vagina, and now we are mixing it with some fluids, perspiration, fecal matters that comes from the anus. And the G-string rubs up and down, and you are spreading the bacteria through your butt cheeks and toward your butt. And now you have a perfect disaster of a discoloration. This is why I am saying that it is not sufficient to call me and say, Eva, I want to come to Newnan, to Georgia, or I want to come to Miami Beach location, and I want to do laser, and I want to buy the lightning treatment from you. That is only half the equation. The other half, and the first half of the equation, is you. You have to be responsible, and you have to understand that you absolutely must follow the directives that I'm giving you. That you have to change the clothing that you are wearing, that you have to throw away all your lycra, latex, or all shit that you are wearing, get rid of it, that you have to spend $50, $60 and buy cotton, pure cotton, or 98% cotton tights, that you have to go and buy 100% cotton bikini underwear, that you have to throw away your G-string underwear, that you have to go to the supermarket or Walmart or drugstore or wherever and buy pure cotton panty liners. There are a lot of panty liners, but they are not cotton. Now, the Society of Gynecologists found out that the panty liners that are made out of synthetic material contribute to bacteria and contribute to all kinds of problems. And so even they are recommending now to use cotton panty liners. So you buy the cotton panty liners, you buy the cotton underwear, you buy the cotton tights. Now we are talking. Now you can come to my clinic. Now you can do laser hair removal. And if you don't have hair on your butt, you can buy the Mini Ava Skin Lightening Kit and the Ozone Serum to lighten the discoloration on your butt. But you have to do the first 50% has to come from you. A lot of young people don't understand what I'm saying. A lot of young people want a quick fix. But I promise you, there is no quick fix. Yeah, there are a lot of companies. There are a lot of people, all these people on internet, on Instagram, influencers, that most of them are just idiots that either have pretty faces and they have other people who follow them, but they have zero intelligence, zero education, because most of what I see on Instagram, I see pretty girls or not pretty girls putting makeup, looking great with makeup, which is wonderful. It's a great talent. But a part of makeup, they have zero knowledge. And then they promote. Remember this, any product that you see on the Instagram or on YouTube that is being promoted, and somebody is talking to you, if you would question the people that promote the product, they know shit from Shinola. They know zero. They know nothing. They get paid either upfront or per sale. It's a deal. It's a business deal. Gavialo Kakoes, hi. It's a business deal. It's not somebody that is super knowledgeable, and that's why they recommend. They bullshit you. They lie to you. They tell you, oh, this works perfect. Do you understand what I'm saying? So there are no shortcuts. And be wary, because it is really up to human beings and up to people to decipher between what is true and what is not true. It is very hard. Unfortunately, young people today have very little education, have very little common sense. Majority of people are followers. They're not leaders. And even those that you think are leaders, they are followers too. They just do it for the money, not for the education. I would like to see one influencer, a young girl or a young boy, that is promoting a product, and I would like to question them about the composition of the product and the side effects. And he would know shit or she would know shit. I promise you that. So you have to be your own judge. You have to start reading in between the lines. And you might not like what I have to say, because it's time. Because I don't give you what you want. I don't give you a quick fix. And again, I would say, I was born in Eastern Europe. And this is something that I always noticed in America, but I am here 38 years. But in the last 10 years, since social media became more and more popular, I noticed that people become more stupid and have no patience. And young people don't care to educate themselves. Young people will, that's why I say the majority of a lot of young people are followers. They're not leaders. They're not educated. Today people graduate from high school and they know nothing because they don't teach you very much. It has to be really something up to you that you want. Anything that I do in my life, I read, I educate myself. I want to know if it is true. I want to research. This is why sometimes I sit by my computer, and I'm a night owl, so I work a lot. I do a lot of research and study at night. And sometimes people send me a text and I don't even realize on Instagram or my telephone what time it is. Sometimes it can be 3 o'clock in the morning and I answer back. And then I say, stupid Ava, what are you doing? This is midnight. Like, you shouldn't answer now. But I don't even realize that because I work, because I research. I spend my time, tremendous amount of hours and weeks and months in reading. Because when I do something, I want to do it right. When I will tell you and give you information, I want to give you the correct information. I don't want to bullshit you. I am way too old for this, guys. I do this over 40 years. I don't need to bullshit you. But I want to educate you. I want to teach you. I want to give you the right, correct information. And it is very difficult today to find somebody that will take the time and will give you the right information, because it's not becoming, because that's not what people want, because people want everything quickly. I have a lot of dissertation about this with my daughter, who was raised here from a very young age, and she's very Americanized, and she's very American. And she said, Mom, people don't have patience for what you say. People don't have patience for the way you explain things. People want everything quickly. People don't, you lose people because you are talking too much. I said, but I can't talk any other way. I must talk, I must explain. I care. I care what I do. I don't do it for money. Of course, I have to pay my bills, but I don't do, money is not my God. Money is not the first thing why I do what I do. I do because I love what I do. It shows, when people do reviews, and I only lately started to ask my clients for reviews, people tell you, I'm a human being, I'm a mother, I care, you are not a number. I am not a factory. I'm not a corporation. You don't walk and walk out and I don't know in 2 seconds who you are. I take my time to talk to you. When you come to my clinics in Atlanta, in Newnan, or in Miami Beach, in Bay Harbor, the first interview you and I have, we talk. I talk to you about million things because I want to know who you are. I want to feel you. I want to sense you. I want to be able to approach you. I want to be able to tell you how things have to be run. And there are many times that I talk to somebody and I realize that I'm throwing beans against the wall, that nothing registered. I see a blank look. And then I say, look, you better go and find somebody else because my clinic and my services, they're not going to be good for you. Because it won't. Because there are a lot of young people that don't want to do what I suggest. They want a quick fix. But I tell you, and there are certain sayings in life that hold true. Anything that comes quickly goes quickly. Anything that you achieve quickly, you don't appreciate. Anything that you work hard for, you have tremendous appreciation for. And quick fixes are only band-aids. Only band-aids. I had a conversation with somebody this morning, and I could sense that the young lady couldn't understand why I was asking all these questions. And I said, look, I don't know you. She contacted me from somewhere, she saw me. I said, I want to help you, but I want to know first why you have discoloration on your butt. And I ask all these questions. So before we make an appointment, I want to make sure that I have a counterpartner that will come to see me because I'm very busy. I'm super busy. And I want, if you come and you take my time, I want to make sure that it's worth my time and my effort because you will understand what I'm saying and you will follow what I'm saying and you will see the results. So I just wanted to share this, sort of like an afterthought that there are no quick fixes in life. Honestly, there are no. And if you have a problem and you are darker skinned, so if you are not white like me, you are Latin or Mediterranean or black or whatever, and you have discoloration, please remember that this is one of the hardest things to treat. Sorry. I'm hot. I'm sitting outside. I'm in Georgia, by the way. I think you can tell by the trees. We don't have these trees in Florida, so I'm in Georgia in my clinic, and I'm sitting outside. And now it's hot and humid, or maybe because I'm talking. So it is super, super important that people understand where I come from. And as I said, I probably am a rarity, and I probably will never become a multi-billionaire because I'm honest, because I care, because I have empathy, because I have compassion, because money is not my God. I'm not ruled by money. I'm ruled by my emotions. I'm ruled by my conscience. I'm ruled by my character, and I'm ruled by principles. And I know that these 4 things are very rare to find today because the number 1 ruling for people is money today. Everybody is talking money, 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 money. But very few people are talking about quality. Very few people are talking about conscience. Very few people are really caring. And do you know why I care? Because I do it over 40 years. Because I'm 68 years young. I don't care. I don't care to do what other people want me to do. I don't. I want to do what I believe is right to do. And with years, you acquire experience. And I have tremendous amount of experience in treating black skin, because before I came to America, I traveled all over the world. In Africa, I treated black skin. So I probably am the most knowledgeable a professional in America when it comes to dark skin, whether it be discoloration, whether it be laser hair removal, whether it be skin treatments. But what I can tell you is it takes time. And with dark skin, you have to be super careful, slowly. It might take a year, it might take 8 months, it might take a year and a half, because you cannot quickly fix a problem, and you have to go to the root of the problem. No band-aids. I don't give band-aids. You want a band-aid, go to a drugstore, go to a mall, find somebody fly by the night. They will give you a band-aid, they will give you what you want to hear. You do that. I cannot do that. I don't give band-aids. I give solutions, and solutions take time. And in black skin and in dark skin, it takes longer than it would take on white skin, because of the melanin, because of the pigment. Remember this. This is why you have to be so careful and do everything super slow on dark skin. Because anything that you do on dark skin, I told you, a mosquito will bite you on a black person and it will leave a darker discoloration. Why? Because the melanin, the wound, the inflammation, in simplistic language, there's a wound. That wound is now sending messages to the brain, saying, brain, I have a wound. Now brain is sending messages back saying, melanin, go and protect the wound. So melanin goes into action. But melanin is not highly intelligent. Melanin doesn't know what shade, brown or black or green or blue you are. So melanin will just push color. Just so you understand, color in black people and dark people is a protective mechanism. Hi, Nico. How are you? It's a protective mechanism. The melanin protects people. So it is important to understand, so that the melanin will always be pushed. This is why I say to people like black women, I said, don't wax your underarms, don't wax your bikini. Not only because when you have black hair and curly hair, when you are waxing, many times you are breaking the hair, you are pulling the skin, and you are stimulating more melanin, more discoloration, and it's a given, guarantee. I stake one life I have on it, that anybody that waxes, whether you are Indian, Pakistani, black, a Honduran, makes no difference. If you wax your upper lip will have a black shadow. You do it 20 times and you will have a black shadow. Why? Because melanin is stimulated naturally by waxing, because you are yanking and you are stimulating, you are vibrating the hair follicle and you are vibrating the melanin, and it pushes the melanin to the surface. So it will be dark. It's the same thing under your armpits. That's just, a side note, but that's an effect. So what I say is, if you are dark skinned, if you have discoloration, band-aids won't fix it. Bleaching your skin will not fix it. And I know a lot of black young women go to all the beauty supply stores, whether in Atlanta, whether in Miami, and they buy under the counter, because over the counter it's illegal. Because these are all carcinogen, cancer-causing products. They have horrible chemicals. They're made in China, they are made in Jamaica, and they are made in Nigeria. But these products have horrible side effects 10, 15 years down the line. Liver cancer, pancreatic cancer, skin cancer, melanomas, a lot of shit comes with it. And bleaching agents are not lightening. Bleaching agents will bleach as long as you use it. It will bleach, it will give you a grayish, unhealthy skin. And the moment you stop using the bleach, the skin and the melanin under the skin that was pushed, because that's what bleach does, the chemicals are blocking tyrosinate. Tyrosinate is responsible for the melanin, the process. So they're doing this whilst you're doing the bleaching agent. So you are peeling like a snake, your skin peels, you get the skin underneath in a grayish tone. I have yet to see a black person that's born gray. That doesn't happen. So you look very unhealthy. And once you stop using it, this happens, all the accumulation of the tyrosinate, the melanin that was accumulated under the levels of the skin will explode, and your skin will become darker than what you started with. So there are no quick fixes. As I said, and particularly for dark skin. So whether you want to lighten your butt, whether you want to lighten your vagina, whether you want to lighten your testicles, your inner thighs, your legs, whatever it is, and you are dark, this will take time. If you want the Band-Aid, leave now, because my talk is not for you. But if you really have a problem and you really are willing to invest the time and the money, by that said, I will recap quickly. No lycra, you only wear cotton underwear, you only wear cotton tights, you only wear cotton panty liners. If you're a guy, you only buy cotton boxers. You don't wear briefs because you don't want everything smooshed inside and perspire. And by the way, a lot of guys have this problem. You should wear boxer shorts, so all your privates should be loose, and the boxer shorts should be made out of cotton. So it can also perspire. When it perspires, it can absorb perspiration. And if you buy, or you can buy these long, they make them out of cotton. There are companies that make for guys, and they are long. They look like biker shorts. Okay, those are good if you're a guy, and your inner thighs are discolored, and your inner thighs are rubbing each other, or you have HS, hidradenitis suppurativa. You get these underwear that are long, and it's like a biker short, so it's like a sleeve for the inner thigh. So when you walk, and that's for girls too, when you walk, you are rubbing, but you're not rubbing skin on skin, which creates more discoloration. You are rubbing cotton on cotton. That makes a huge difference. So I gave my preaching, I gave my speech. For those of you who can make it to Georgia, I am here this coming week. I think I'm going back on Saturday to Florida. Today's Sunday, so I'm going back, I believe, Saturday. If you want to come to see me or call me, my number all over the world, there's one number, and it's 305-864-3333. I repeat, 305-864-3333. That's my telephone number. If you want to make an appointment, whether it's for laser removal, skin treatment, or you want to talk to me, this is the number to call me. It's also my cell number, so you can send me a text. If you want to get a lightening treatment, because you are going to do everything that I said, and you are going to follow the steps, and you understand that this is not going to be a hocus pocus 2-day treatment and you are done. Then and only then, I will give you the link to my website, which is evataub.skincare.com. EVATAUB skincare.com. That's my website, evataub.skincare.com. And when you scroll in that website, and when you scroll down, you will come to my products. The first product, the first item, it will say Mini Eva Advanced Skin Lightening Kit. Mini Eva Advanced Skin Lightening Kit. The kit costs $320. It has 6 items in it. That's the kit that you need. There is a kit next to it for $235. That's only for the face. So don't buy the $235 for your bikini, your tush, your legs. The $320 is stronger, so it goes from the neck down. The $235 is for the face because it's not as strong as the $320 one. If you have real discoloration on your butt or inner thigh or what have you, you want to send me a picture, 305-864-3333. You can send me a photograph. I can look. I have a product on my website. I'm not going to tell you what it is. They have many products, so you will not know. But I have a product on my website that when and only if I feel secure that you are going to follow my directives, and I have seen a picture of your problem, I will then suggest, only when I feel comfortable and I feel that I can trust you, then I will suggest to get an additional product which will help in addition to the lightening treatment. But I don't want to talk about it because I don't recommend this. I recommend this product when I see people in my clinics. Yes, when I see and I think that this will be very beneficial, then I say, yes, you use it and you buy it. But not everybody needs it, and I just don't want to people to buy it when I don't feel that they understand how this has to be used and how careful you have to be and how you have to pay attention. Okay. Can you see, I think, can you see this white dot? You can see the white dot here. Okay. When I created this product, it was years in working. And then when the product was ready, this is why I'm not going to tell you. And I used it, this was like this big, like a size of a 25 cents. And it was really dark brown. And I used that product with my lightning kit, but I used that product and I didn't pay attention because I did not know how potent the product can be. And then one day I looked, and I cannot say if it was after 50 days or it was after 45 days, after 60 days. And I looked, I said, what is this? And suddenly the hallmark was gone, but also the pigment of my skin was gone. This was 10 years ago. It's never going to come back. So perhaps now you understand why I don't want commercially tell everybody, yes, buy it. Because if I don't feel confident that you will respect the product and you will use it only as I say, and you will understand that less is more and more is not better, and particularly if you have discoloration, particularly if you're dark, more is not better, less is better. I have to be convinced of that. Only then will I let you buy the product. So that's as simple as that. So 305-864-3333. That's my number. If you want discoloration, if you want laser hair removal, if you are dark skin, if you're white skin, makes no difference. I'm in Georgia, I'm in Atlanta suburb in Newnan, in my clinic. I will be here for another 5 days. If you need me, you call me. If you need me for Florida, for Miami, at the end of the month, I will be back in Miami. That means from tomorrow, Monday, in a week. I already have patients scheduled in Miami. So if you are like mid-Florida, like Clearwater, like you can come to Miami. There are people who drive to see me 5 hours to Miami, 5.5 hours. So you can come to Miami Beach. If you live in Tallahassee, then it pays for you to go and see me in Georgia, because it will be a shorter trip, because Tallahassee is like maybe 7.5, 8 hours to get to me, Miami Beach, and it would be only 5 hours to get to me to Georgia, where I am. So if you are up north by the peninsula in Florida, then just call me and make appointments for Georgia. But if you are Orlando and up a little bit, you come to Miami Beach, okay? And people, if you are, I have videos on both YouTube, Instagram. Yesterday there was the mother-daughter, they were here. The daughter is a preacher, and they drive from the Carolinas, and they come all the time, and they don't mind to drive 12 hours because of the treatment that they get. They both came because they have facial hair, and they drive 12 hours, 6 and 6, 6 to come, and they go back. They come for the laser treatment, and then they turn around and they drive straight back. And they both left yesterday some scathing reviews. Great reviews about their treatment. You can see it on my Bambino sit here. These are my dogs. I'm a big dog lover. All my dogs are rescues, by the way. So you can see that. So basically that's it. So North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, Alabama, Tennessee, Mississippi, you're in driving distance to Georgia. Yeah, it will take you 12 hours, but you can still drive. If you are in New York, in New Jersey, in Chicago, in Arizona, in Texas, you fly. But flying to Atlanta is much cheaper and much shorter because it's higher than Miami Beach. It's more expensive to come to Miami Beach, to fly to Miami. So people that are north, but on the northeast side, you can come to Georgia, whether it's for laser hair removal or whether it's for skin treatment. You come to the Georgia location. I come to Georgia once every month. So every 5 weeks. So the laser hair removal is done every 5 weeks on a regular basis. So I'm here every 4 weeks, 4.5 weeks, and I see patients every 5 weeks on a regular basis. And that's vice versa, the same thing in Miami. So ladies and gentlemen, I thank you very much for listening. If you have any questions, by the way, you can text me or you can email me, medspa 33154. Medspa, MEDSPA 33154 at gmail.com. That's my email, and 305-864-3333 is my telephone number, but it's also my cell phone number. So if you have questions or you want to send me a picture, and don't send me just a picture, give me a story, give me background, explain me, I always get back to you. Okay? You have a wonderful rest of the of the weekend, of Sunday. Take care of yourself and take care of the people around you. Ciao, bye. Bye-bye. Bye. And ciao, guys. Ciao, YouTube. Thank you. Ciao, ciao.